I want to show you another way that you can use GDAL commands. And if you do data science, you might be working with notebooks. I want to show you how to integrate your GDAL commands in a notebook. In your course material, we have at the very top, you have this section, Google Colab Notebook. You can click this link, open in Colab. It's going to open this link and open this notebook here. Let me explain the concept of a notebook and then Colab and how you can use this. When you open this, you have this notebook, which is hosted on Google Colab. Google Colab is a cloud-based service, which you can use to run notebooks. You can run Python in cloud. It's a free service. So Google provides you as a free service. So you can use this. The first step that you want to do once you access this is to click this connect button. So let's click this connect. When you say connect, it's saying it's going to find a machine in Google Cloud and it'll give you a machine which has a Python installed and you can run any Python command on that machine. So you can see I got a machine here. It says connected to Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. This machine has 12 GB of RAM and 100 GB of storage. And it's got 2 cores of CPU. So I got a pretty nice machine, right? This machine is actually better than many old laptops. So if you say I have an old laptop, I want to do some processing, well, you can get a free machine in the cloud if you just go to Colab. They have a Colab Pro version where you can get a GPU or even more powerful machines. But even the free version machine is pretty good. So now you've got a fresh machine in the cloud where you can do something. On the left, you have this files. This is the file system on that machine. So right now, you just have some sample data here, and that's it. This is a machine that was just newly created. It's like you just installed Linux on a machine and you have a fresh machine. So this runs Ubuntu Linux and you get this machine. One of the things you have to remember is whatever you create, all the data you create here is only temporary. You close this folder browser and open the next Colab, your data is gone because it's going to give you the new machine every time. So make sure to download the data if you want to save it. We have the notebook here. A notebook is an environment to run some code. So if I say plus code here, and I can run some Python code. So this particular environment is for Python. It gives me a warning that this is not Google thing. It's loaded from GitHub, and so I can click OK. And I can run some code. You can say I ran this Python code, print hello, and it just print hello. You can run this code cell by cell. So all the notebooks are meant to be run one after the other. So each line is called cell. So you run one cell, you see the output, you run the second cell, you see the output. And this is useful for data science because you can run one step, see the output, run the next step. You don't have to run the entire script together. So very popular for data science usage. When you are running this, you have access to the machine that is running this. So I have a Ubuntu machine in the cloud that is running this. I can do stuff within that machine itself. So if I can execute some Ubuntu commands. So I want to say run ls command on that. If I want to run any command on the machine that is hosted this notebook, I can prefix that with this exclamation mark. So any command I prefix with exclamation mark and run it, it's running this and say this is your sample data. So I can say ls -l and it's going to run this command on the machine and show me the output here. So now I have an environment where I can execute commands on a remote cloud machine, which is running Python, which is running Ubuntu. So now I can say, let me just install GDAL there and can run some GDAL commands. So to install GDAL, we use the Ubuntu system. We can just say apt-get install GDAL bin. This is the command to install GDAL tools on Ubuntu machine. We use Conda. When we install it, you can just install using apt-get or pip install, whatever. And we're also using leafmap library. So this is just installing GDAL on the machine. We have to run the cell every time because every time you get a new machine. So take a few minutes to run this. And once we have this, you can run GDAL commands by prefixing with an exclamation mark. So now you're able to run GDAL commands in the cloud in a notebook environment. The advantage of this is you can have a notebook which documents the whole sequence of commands that you are running, and you can always run this. You can see my installation is done. I can now say GDAL info -- version. And I get the GDAL info. I can say what formats are supported. GDAL info -- formats. I just have to prefix it with an exclamation, and you can see these are the formats. So now I'm able to run GDAL on some cloud data. You can download some data. You can upload the data here. There's a way to upload data here. So you can see there's a upload data. You can upload some data from your machine. You can also load data from your Google Drive. There's a way to mount Google Drive onto this. So you can add data from Google Drive. You can say mount drive. You can access a Google Drive. So you have some data there, you can access that. Or you can write data to Google Drive. So what we've done is we have provided you with a step-by-step instructions and code where we are first downloading this data, the GDAL tools data or data package. And when you run this cell, you'll have this GDAL tools data folder there. And then we'll just go through each step. So we did this GDAL info stats, merge the files, build VRT, convert formats, and apply some compression. All of this you can run cell by cell, and you'll be able to run GDAL commands and see the output. This is a great environment for learning. If you want to not mess up your system, run it on the cloud, you can try it free of cost. If you say, I want to do some quick data processing, I don't have my machine, go open up Colab and you can run this. This is also, if you're already doing data science, you'll have a notebook, a workflow in a notebook. You can say, now I have done this, I need to reproject my data. Instead of writing a bunch of Python code, you can say, let me just execute this GDAL command. And you can run this, get the output, and you can continue. So this also gives you an alternate way to execute and include GDAL commands in your workflow. And the notebook covers all of this.